Hello, so it's finished. Sunderland 1, Aston Villa 1. What a game, what a day, what a performance. That just epitomises everything about Sunderland AFC and why I absolutely love this club. You know, in the face of adversity, we all come together, the team, the fans, the backroom staff, and we get a point that feels like a win and arguably could have been a win against, make no bones about it, what are a very good Aston Villa side. Yes, they've started the season slow and they've struggled, but they still are a very, very good side, and we more than matched them, and you couldn't even tell for most of the game that they had a man advantage. So couldn't be more happy. But we started off with this team. So Robin Roofs in goal. We had a back four of Trey Hume, Noddy McQuillia, Omar Alderete and Reinildo. In midfield, we had Granit Xhaka, Noah Siddiqui, Chris Reed came in for the injured Habib Diarra. Then we had the front three of Chemsday Talby, Wilson Isidor and Enzo Lafia. And to be fair, the game started off very, very well. It was an even game all the way through the early stages. Aston Villa looking decent on the ball, kept the ball well. But when we got the ball as well, we tried to move forward. The game plan was working. We were moving the ball well. And it was just that final third where we just, couldn't really get that ball. But it was a very, very even game in the first 15, 20 minutes. Then, obviously, Reinildo, 33 minutes, no excuse. We get the free kick, but Reinildo kicks out, into the, I think it's the thigh and the guts of Matty Cash. Can't defend him. It's a stupid decision, and the ref, VAR confirms that it's a red card. Yes, you can see Matty Cash kind of leans into Reinildo, but for me, I can't defend him. It's a stupid decision. He's an experienced defender. He should know better. It's right in front of the fourth official as well. Crazy for Reinildo and really, really disappointing. And you think after that, it's going to be a struggle. You think Aston Villa are going to take control of the game. It's going to be an uphill task, and you're fearing the worst. But to be fair, we switched things about. We went to a back five. So Dan Ballard came on for the expense of Chris Reed, which I thought Chris Reed was unlucky because Chris Reed was playing well and doing well on his first start. But we went to that back five. So we had Trey Hume, Alderete, Ballard, McQuillia and Chemsday and Talby went to the left hand side. And to be fair, Chemsday and Talby today I thought had a really, really good game. He was decent in the early stages, but then when he went to that left wing back role, he excelled. I thought today. I thought he was really, really good. And bearing in mind he's been taking some flack lately from me as well. I think he should be taken at the side. Fair play to him. He did really well, and we managed the game well. We get to half time. 0-0, and that's the fifth game. Every game this season we've not conceded in the first half, which is another fantastic achievement. Defensively we look really, really, really solid. We really do. We get to half time 0-0, and you're hoping that you can just frustrate Villa, and you might be able to pinch them on a break or get a set piece. We come out second half, and honestly, we were absolutely immense in that second half. We were pushing them back. Like I said at the start, you couldn't tell for large spells of that game who had 10 or had 11. We defended really well in that lower block, and where we got the chance, we sprung on the counter attack and had numerous opportunities in that final third. Long throws, corners, we just couldn't get the ball right. Omar Alderete hit the bar when we thought we could take the lead, and it was looking more and more likely. Encouraging signs that we were going to hold Aston Villa. Now Aston Villa for me, like I spoke in the Inside the Opposition with Gary Bennett there on that during the week, they are struggling. Ollie Watkins for me was never in the game, never looked dangerous. The one I was impressed with for me was Wearside. I thought he did really, really well on that left hand side. He's got pace. Him and Lafia had a good battle on that side. Buendia didn't really do much at all, and Rogers non-existent. So they did struggle. John McGinn was his normal kind of endeavour himself. I like John McGinn as a player. But as the game grew on, you're thinking, right, we kept on frustrating them, and we're gonna hold on. But then, 67 minutes, the ball breaks up to Matty Cash, and you're thinking, right, we'll have a shot from there. We'll love you to shoot from there. He smashed it, and it's gone straight through Robin Roofs. I don't know if it's took a deflection because we were at an angle, but it seemed to go right through him. So whether that one's Roofs' fault, I'm not too sure. But it's a great strike. He smashed it. Being the villain, he was part of the sending off of Reinildo, but he's then lashed it. It's their first goal in the Premier League this season, And then you're thinking, right, that's probably game over from our perspective, because they're going to then gain in confidence. They're going to just, manage the game and see it at 1-0. But little did we know how good Sunderland would be. We stepped up again. We went on the front foot. We had nothing to lose. We were just tremendous. We were just absolutely immense in that second half. And you always felt there was a chance of getting something, even though, like I say, you think it's game over when you're going down to 10 men and concede the first goal. But fair play to them players on the pitch, and fair play to Reinildo. He's got the tactics spot on. We get our just desserts, or just desert what we deserve. There's a clearance. I think it's Tyrone Mings' boots are one up in the air. Granit Xhaka waits for it coming down. He sees Wilson Isidor at the back post. A deft little header over the defender. Wilson Isidor's on it. Tucks it in the bottom left-hand corner. It's 1-1. And the absolute roof came off that stadium when it went to 1-1. And like I say, it's more than we deserved. More than we deserved. We were absolutely tremendous. In the 80 minutes, we made 3 changes. Wilson Isidor came off. Talby came off. And Enzo Lafayette came off for Mayenda, Masuaku and Hertrudia. And we saw the game out. There was 5 minutes of injury time. And we saw the game out. Honestly, I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely so proud of them today. Of how much they battled and the energy levels. Honestly, Noah Siddiqui, I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it. He was absolutely everywhere today. Like I say, Chemsdean Talby bombing forward, looking really, really good on that left-hand side. Granit Xhaka, supposedly his legs have gone. Honestly, 95 minutes today with 60 minutes playing with 10 men. He was everywhere, battled hard, organised the team, was absolutely class. And Wilson Isidor, takes his goal. It's his 3rd goal this season, and he took it really, really well. He ran his socks off, pressured high, pressured their defence. Honestly, everybody today, like I said, the only disappointment for me was Reinildo. A stupid decision. He's missing for 3 games, and he'll be a miss. But he's now going to face that spell out and now give somebody else a chance to come in. Which way do we play it now? Does Masuaku come in on that left hand side? Does he we keep the back 5 and just Talby play there? So now we've got some options for Forest at the weekend. But overall, I'm absolutely buzzing with that today. Player of the match today, probably. I'm probably tempted to give it to Talby because I thought Talby was tremendous today. But Wilson will probably get player of the match for his goal. Nodi McQuillier was absolutely brilliant. And what I like as well about these new players that have come to the club, that absolutely get it. They get how important that this club means to the fans. Every one of them, every opportunity was given at that with the fans and getting them up and just interacting with everybody. And all these new signs absolutely 100% get how important that this club is to the fans and how it is to the community. It's absolutely brilliant. Before the game, the display for Bradley Lowery was fantastic as well. The flag for Bradley was class, really, really class. Round of applause during the players coming out. Buzzing. As you can tell, I'm still a little bit excited. I'm still on cloud 9 and my throat's a bit sore. But overall, like I say, that to me feels like a win. It's unbelievable. The fight. Reinildo needs to take a lot of credit as well for that idea because he got the tactics bang on when we went down with 10 men to move Talby across that left hand side. I thought would have brought Masuaku on. But we didn't, and fair play was absolutely 100% the spot on thing to do by Reinildo. We're now moving on to Nottingham Forest next Saturday. We've got a full week to prepare. Apparently Habib Diarra is going to be out for 2 or 3 weeks, so will Chris Rigg get a chance again against Forest to step in there? Like I said, didn't outrang. I thought he was doing ever so well before he got took off, unfortunately. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Who was your man of the match? What's your thoughts on the performance? What was your thoughts on Villa? Villa fans, you must be frustrated at that. You're playing 10 men for 60 minutes. You still cannot win. For me, I lost at why Harvey Elliott is not getting a game for you because when he came on, he looks busy, he looks direct, and he makes things happen for you. So why is he not playing? That's the question I would ask Villa fans. But everybody, thanks for watching. Take it easy, stay safe, and we'll speak soon. Ta-ra.